So we have been discussing human resource and the influences on our human resource. And we want to continue with population structure. Now, what's the makeup of our population? You know, the population is structured as well. How does the population structure affect the human resource? Which is better, a lot of elderly people or a lot of younger people? What is the benefit of having an optimal population, and why are young people important to their countries? Now, your population can be divided into males, females, based on age as well, occupation, a lot of different breakdown. You can break it down in a lot of different ways. But we want to look at age. So when you have a lot of younger people, it means that we take for granted that our human resource is stronger, it's healthier. When you have a lot of older people, well, of course, the elderly people, they've retired, they're not productive as much as, no, we're not saying that they're not productive, they're not as productive as the younger ones. So in effect, it's better if you have a younger population. You're looking forward to these people growing, getting an education, remaining healthy, and being productive. All right? Now, your optimal population, that involves having the right amount of people in the right amount of space with the right amount of resources. If you have too many people, you're overpopulated, that means there's a drain on your resources. You don't have enough resources to take care of everybody. Imagine having 1 glass of water and 10 thirsty people. And if you are underpopulated, it means that you have a lot of resources and not enough people to exploit those resources. Okay, so you have underpopulation. But if you have optimal population, it means that everything is just right in balance. Just enough to meet your people, to match your resources. So you have 10 glasses of water and everybody can get, and everybody wants a glass, 1 glass, everybody can get that glass of water. So that's optimal population, all right? So it's better to have an optimal population, meaning that at least your human resource is going to be balanced. You're going to be getting maximum use of your people once they're healthy and they're being productive and they're well educated. All right? So I like that question. Why are young people important to their countries? A lot of times we don't feel that young people are of value, but I beg to differ. Young people bring innovation. They bring ideas. They bring new ways of doing things. I may look at something one way. Your mom, your dad may look at things one way. We're a little older. But you come with a new way, a new vision, a new method. And that is important. That's what innovation is in our young people. They teach us new ways of doing things, and it should be embraced. So don't ever think as a young person that you're not important to your country. You are, and we're investing in you heavily, so you have to pay off eventually. Your culture. Now, this is one you won't find in a textbook as a determinant of your human resource, as an influence on your human resource. But your culture does affect your human resource. You have people, they do things a certain way, their customer think in a certain way, they get up at a certain time, they eat a certain type of food, they dress a certain way. That affects your human resource as well. What is acceptable in your country? Is it okay for people to be late? Is it okay for people to be on time? Is it valued that when somebody goes to work, that they're supposed to produce? Do you value innovation? Is innovation valued in your country? Is initiative pushed in your country? Do we encourage people to do things, to learn things? Are we open to doing things new ways, different ways? That may not be the way that we are accustomed to. Culture does affect your human resource. What are your dreams? Can they be realized in your country or your culture? So you want to be an astronaut. Is it realized in your country? Are you able to do that in your country? Because your country runs on dreams and innovation, and we need these things. So whatever we culture will affect our human resource. And you have to understand it from the way culture affects the thinking. So let's go back to people being late. Is it okay to be late? If your work day starts at 8 o'clock and you're strolling into your office at 9, will you be as productive as somebody or efficient as somebody who came in at 8 and on the ball, on task, and they're doing what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it? So your culture will affect your human resource. And I'm sure I'm going to leave you with a question. How can you change the culture in your country to benefit your human resource? What do we need to do in our country to benefit our human resource in terms of our culture? Added to that, one last question for you. Just write a short paragraph explaining why the human resource is of benefit to a country. See you next class.